Before we get into the video, I would like to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Whatnot. So I have streamed on Whatnot quite a few times before, but this one is going to be super unique because I am going to be doing a multi-stream where I am live on YouTube playing Duel Links, and at the same time, I will be live on Whatnot doing some card giveaways. I'm going to be giving away some Harpy cards. Maybe some of them will be signed by me. And of course, those cards are going to be the cards I'll be using for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling stream where I duel you guys in chat. Now, this stream will be Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, May 30th. Please use my link in the description to sign up for Whatnot for $15 in store credit. But what's really, really cool about this stream is I will be doing awesome giveaways. We already talked about the Harpy cards, but I'm also going to be giving away a couple of different Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster boxes and packs, and maybe even a Yu-Gi-Oh! Funko Pop. You do not want to miss it. And again, if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see me live later today, but make sure you follow me on Whatnot as well so you can take part in the giveaways. Use my link to sign up and make sure to follow me on Whatnot. I'll see you today at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, May 30th. You don't want to miss it. Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. One of the coolest things, in my opinion, that Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh! Has brought us is easily maximum monsters. These things feel like genuine final boss monsters, at least in the anime they do. They have a larger-than-life screen presence, and in today's video, I am going to be ranking what I believe are the 10 coolest maximums just from an aesthetics point of view. I do want to emphasize I am not ranking these from a competitive standpoint at all. I'm just going over the 10 that I believe are the coolest. Some of these were used in the show, some were used in the manga, and some have never been used by any of the characters in the Sevens or Go Rush universe. And without further ado, let's begin. I hope you guys enjoy. Number 10, Blazebolt Chemist Fenghuang Vocalize Phoenix. So this monster was used by Manabu pretty recently in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush anime, and this monster is just cool as heck. I really do love the fire aesthetic of Manabu's deck, and seeing him use a maximum was very surprising in the anime. It was something that myself and a lot of people did not see coming because we thought maximums were just going to be reserved for the Ryugu brothers, so seeing Manabu have one was very surprising. He uses it in order to defeat Gohayuna, and then, well, we know what happens to Gohayuna after that. But getting back to this monster, it is a beautiful, blazing phoenix, and I think the screen presence certainly helps just put this on my top 10 list, but I do think this is one of the cooler maximums we have seen in the show. Number 9, Abyssal Dragon Lord Abyss Kraken. So I guess we are just kind of sticking with the Go Rush aesthetics. This was another maximum that was used not too long ago in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush anime, and as someone who is low-key terrified of the ocean, especially when I'm up at 2 a.m. lying in bed watching those ocean creatures videos that, you know, creatures will never see in the ocean. There's something special about this maximum that is literally just supposed to be this enormous giant kraken. It reminds me a little bit of Yougo Dragon with the multiple heads, except this has a crazy amount of heads and tentacles, whatever it is. There's something grotesque about this, and because of me already being a little scared of the ocean, and could this thing exist in the ocean 20,000 feet below the water and we as humans have never seen it? Maybe. I mean, it's not impossible, and that's kind of scary to me. So I love the aesthetic of it, and this monster is number 9 for me. Number 8, Harpy Ladies. So the first of a couple maximum monsters that are not going to be used in the show, or at least have not been used in the show, and that is Harpy Ladies. This is a relatively new one, and boy oh boy, as someone who is a big fan of Harpies, I still use them in Duel Links. I really, really love this maximum. I think it's such a creative idea to use 3 Harpy Lady sisters and have them form a maximum. I'm not sure if there's a maximum and only a level 5 maximum, which is pretty low. So even though the stats aren't anything crazy, I do love the awesome reference and just the artwork of this monster to one of the more OG decks from Yu-Gi-Oh! And so Harpy Ladies is number 8 for me on this list. Number 7, Great Multi-Strike Dragon, Dragius Birth. So for those of you that don't know or maybe don't remember, Luke, unfortunately, never got his own maximum. This was something that always kind of surprised me. Well, if you read the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's manga or just kept up to date with it, you will know that Luke actually had a maximum in that manga, and it is Dragius Birth. Now, this, of course, looks like Dragius as the main monster, but it's got 2 heads, a red-colored dragon and a light blue, teal, green-colored dragon. This maximum monster is amazing. Luke is one of my favorite characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, and I would have loved to see him actually use this monster in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. Alas, he didn't, but we can still marvel at it from its animation in the video game and its usage in the manga. Number 6, Doomblaze Fiend Overlord Desperation. So this maximum is absolutely insane, and if you're someone who maybe doesn't keep track of the cards that come outside of the anime, you've probably never seen this one before. This is a maximum that was not used in the show. I do not believe it was used in the manga, and it just looks like something you would fight in a Dark Souls game. I mean, there is so much going on in this maximum, but I absolutely love it. This is an absolute grotesque creature with 2 dragon heads on its left and on its right, while the main fiend creature is in the middle. The horns are awesome. There is so much aesthetically pleasing in such a badass way about this maximum, and I wish we had the ability to see it animated. Unfortunately, the video game animation is the closest we've ever gotten. Fun fact, I do believe this was the first maximum that actually had effects outside of just being in maximum mode. Number 5, Abyssal Dragon Lord Abyss Poseidra. So this is kind of weird because we know this maximum is going to be used in Go Rush, most likely by Phaser, and at this point, episode 60 has technically already aired. I have not seen it yet. There is a good chance that this maximum was used in the show by Phaser against Yougo at the time of recording this, but either way, when this gets animated, it's going to look awesome, and it's one of my favorite maximum monsters. Basically a version of Poseidon, but not only that, I love the water horses on the left and then the dragon creature on the right. There's a lot going on here, but this is literally like the ruler of the seas, the commander of the ocean. The trident it's holding is awesome. There's a lot to love about this card. I can't wait to see it animated in Go Rush, and it's one of my favorite maximums from an aesthetics point of view. Number 4, Yougo Dragon, the Heavenly Emperor Dragon Tree. So I actually thought this maximum was going to be ranked a lot higher, and then when I started listing them out, there is actually a couple that I prefer to this monster, but this is the OG maximum. This will always be the very first maximum monster, no matter how many maximums we get in the future. This summoning, when it was used by Nail against Yuga in episode 23 of 7's, is one of the best moments ever in any Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. If you haven't seen 7's and maybe you're not interested, I implore you to just watch that moment because it is a fantastic sequence. And this was the monster that brought in maximums forever. I think it still holds up genuinely pretty well, and it's a really, really cool card. Green is my favorite color. I'm sure that helps put it higher on this list. And Yougo Dragon is number 4 for me. Number 3, Blaze Fiend Overlords Belasidaroth. This is actually a maximum that in real life I own all 3 pieces of, and it's another one that was never used in the show, but there is something so cool about this monster. It literally feels like you're looking at a Satan depiction or Beelzebub on a maximum card. You've got a character sitting on what looks like a walkway, and of course you've got the devil aesthetic with the red, the horns. It's a good looking dude on a maximum card. I'm just going to be totally honest with you, and if there was one maximum that we have not seen animated that I would love to see get animated, it is this dude, 100%. I feel like this would be such a cool villain maximum. I honestly would just love to see this guy as a villain in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forget the whole maximum thing. Awesome design, awesome theming, and it's my number 3 maximum of all time from an aesthetics point of view, and it's my favorite that has never shown up in the anime. Number 2, Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan. So there is something really cool about Yuga's second maximum. I believe it was his second maximum. I feel like this monster is a combination of like Exodia and Obelisk. It's always given me vibes of those two, and it's got such cool theming on its outer pieces with the dragon head spitting fire and then the spell incantation shooting fireballs. There's something really, really cool about that, and seeing this card animated has certainly made it a favorite for me. It's one of those where if it wasn't animated, it's probably still on this list, but it probably wouldn't be as high as it is personally for me. So this card is the runner-up for me on this video. And number 1 is Great Imperial Dino Carriage Dinar Mix. We are not going to talk about the character that summoned this maximum, but this is, from an aesthetics point of view, my favorite maximum of all time. For those of you that know me, I love dinosaurs, and so seeing 3 ginormous dinosaurs in a maximum mode format is so freaking cool. I'm so thankful that we got to see this card animated in Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and to date, it is still my favorite maximum from a looks perspective of all time. And there you have it. Those are my top 10 coolest looking maximum monsters. Be sure to let me know some of your favorites down below in the comment section. Thank you as always so much for watching. A special thank you to my platinum tier patrons Goosey Q and Panther J, and to my diamond tier patrons Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Elaine, and to my Egyptian god tier patron Pink Penguin. Be sure to check out my Patreon for additional channel perks. Thank you to everybody who is a patron or channel member. You guys help me out tremendously. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime content, and I hope you have an amazing day.